brings me to our first story. Now, first story today comes out of Alabama, Hoover, if you will, kind of like right outside of doggone Birmingham. Not too far away from that. And everybody's heard it, the Carlee Russell story. Now, I was a little all over the place, a little erratic. This past few days, a little erratic, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll be all right. And some people can be a little bit too erratic, but I understand. I get it. I get it. But what we have here is, and shout out to my boy Rain, man, on the gram. I appreciate you. I see everybody now. I keep telling you, I see everybody. But it starts off from what I gathered at the time. I was like, oh, this girl stopped on the side of the road. There was a toddler and diapers, and they just walking on a highway in Alabama. And I know Alabama, the South period, when it comes to highways, not very well lit. They just got 3 lanes and you on your own. You see when you get close to some of those expressways and stuff where, to get off where you need to get off, there's some light there. And they let you know when you go get some biscuits. The best biscuits I ever had came from McDonald's in Alabama in the deep, deep woods. I'm trying to tell you, it was good. Anyway, you won't get them like that up here. So here's my problem. Here's my problem. So that sounds like something that could actually happen. The world is so crazy. We hear about these people, these women going missing all the time. Who wouldn't? That's in that we've seen it happen. What's that girl's name? Elizabeth Short or whatever, the guy took her out of her room and took her way down out in Utah and actually was raising the girl and all that type of stuff. And he married her and all this crazy stuff, man. So you got that going on, and they find her years later. Everybody's happy, but a lot of bad things happen to her. But we understand that crazy stuff can happen to women. It's very rampant in this day and age. So I'm not putting it past nobody to what I want to say. I wouldn't put it past anybody to use a toddler to lure a woman out who's going to use their motherly instincts, if you will, and to go out there. I'm not putting that past you. So America's up in arms. We praying for it, even in my haze, if you will. I even was like, oh man, I hope everything turns out all right, but I forgot about it, right? I forgot about it. And then it hit me the other day. Oh, they found that girl? Whoa. They think she lying. That's when I'm back in. Now I'm seeing what's going on. I'm plugged in, like, okay, what's going on with this story? So, she's back home. Mom and dad go on Today, the news network Today, or not network, but the show Today. Mom and dad go up there on a national show to talk about, she was just so hurt and deprived. She was just so hurt. And we would just like for privacy at this time. You want privacy at this time. You done went on you didn't have to go on national TV to tell people you want privacy. Don't answer that door. Yes, people are going to be outside your crib because the people have the right to do that. That's what we do in the media, and as journalists, that's my job. Got to know the law so you can cover the story. So they definitely could have went in, like been outside the property on public property, waiting for them to come out, ask questions. Hey, Miss Russell, what's going on with your daughter? She in there? What's happening? Is she okay? Well, let's go. Let's talk about it. So she has a boyfriend at the time. Now, the streets was talking this whole time. The streets was talking, and people acting like, Alabama Facebook people in the Birmingham area, they talking about, man, I know that girl personally, blah, 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 blah. This what's been going on. Let me tell you, the streets, Facebook streets was talking. That's what they were doing. That's what they do. So people can also Photoshop, but people was like, something don't smell right about this pot of chitlins. Now, what was a part of this pot of chitlins? I tell you. So first of all, she's going through her neighborhood, and I believe she stays in a very affluent neighborhood. So they got a couple of dollars. Cool. We here for it, right? But the other part of it is, when you in a decent neighborhood, that means that more than likely people got them Ring cameras. Everybody got Ring cameras. If you don't got a Ring camera, somebody around you got it, right? So they said that some of the Ring camera footage was showing that she was walking down the road all chill, you know what I'm saying? And then when she got close, oh, thanks, Adam, man. I was just want to let you know that I'm growing up, man. I just wanted you to know that I'm growing up. I am becoming a big boy now. So as the old Toys R Us would say. Um, but yeah, so they said after she's walking down the street all like casual like and whatnot, she comes back like 2 houses down, and then that's when she starts flailing her arms and all this stuff. So initially, the police came in like, "Oh, my daughter's home," and all this stuff. After getting a phone call from the Red Roof Inn that she might have been there, and all this other stuff that's happening, people are looking for the whole state of Alabama is looking for this sister girl at that everybody's looking for. So they said she came home minor injury to her lip, and she had she said her head hurt, and her story was that she went to go check out the toddler, and she apparently like some guy, balding guy with orange hair, like Chucky Finster, if you know Rugrats, but lured her in, threw her into a semi. She escaped one time, but she heard like a woman's voice, and then the guy, and then she could hear the baby crying. They fed her Cheetos, and they said Cheetos at first, and then keep your mind on cheese for a second because we're going to get back to that. But got these Cheetos, and then they painted her nails apparently, but apparently she did this daring escape. They caught her again and put her in the back of said semi, had her in some. She returns home. That's the story. Well, the police did their quote unquote due diligence, if you will. And that was as a Wednesday. We had the chief of police. He came out and told us about some internet searches. Told us things like the police said Wednesday they've been unable to verify initial statements made by Carlee Russell. But officials did say that before she vanished, she made internet searches about paying for Amber Alerts, how to take money from a register without getting caught, and she also looked up the movie Taken. Police also said Russell told them she was forced into an 18-wheeler truck and taken to a home where a man and a woman told her to get undressed and then took photos of her. So they went looking for, and Hoover Police Chief Nicholas C. Durzis came up there in his finest Easter outfit, no less. And he went through, told us what happened in the 49 hours that Russell was missing after she called 911 and said the child was walking on the interstate. So Durzis said investigators spoke to Russell, who had small injury on her lip, and said her head was hurting, took her to the hospital, and she got released. And she said this about the balding orange-haired man. She claimed he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated the male was with the female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. Russell told the police that she managed to escape the next day somewhere in West Hoover and made it home on foot. That's a footnote there, because I'm not sure how big Hoover is and whatnot, but if she's walking down the road, first of all, if I've been through something traumatic like that and I escape, the first thing that I'm doing is I'm knocking on the first door that I see. You know, the second thing I'm doing, any car that comes by, I'm who y'all been looking for the last 2 days. You walked home? I don't know, child. Something don't smell right about this. How that chitlins. I keep trying to tell you, something don't smell right about it. I had good pot. I done had a good pot in my time in living. But the police are saying that we can't cooperate. What we can say is we've been unable to verify most of Carlee's initial statements made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there's a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Why does everybody want to know? And they're talking about we just want our privacy, and people want to know if it's people out there trying to lure women in using toddlers and diapers, walking up and down Alabama roads. Now, it's not that uncommon to see babies in the South just walking around in diapers. That's not that uncommon. It's really not. But where I find that we're having an issue is like that could be a thing, and the public deserves and wants to know what happened. But I believe that the police said that no, Carlee, no. We're gonna let you have your time. We're gonna figure it out. But so the Hoover police, they get the help of the Secret Service, and they analyzed Russell's cell phone for the days leading up to her disappearance. So some of the internet searches included on July 11th a search for if you have to pay for an Amber Alert. Why would she need to do that? On Thursday, a search about a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville, Tennessee. On Thursday, a search for how to take money from a register without getting caught. Oh, a key piece of evidence here is that she worked at like a spa place or something like that. And apparently she has stole like a robe and some toilet paper. And then she also took some money from the drawers, what they're saying, allegedly. Then they're also saying that she went to Target and she bought some Cheez-Its and she got some Greek food. And what she left in the car and all that stuff, she left her wig, she left her Apple Watch, and she left her phone. Now, listen, I'm telling y'all, I ain't the richest person in the world at all, by no means. We all right though. We do have some nice things, but even the some not so nice things I have, such as this watch that my mom got me that was made in China, very cheap watch, but it's the gesture. It's just the band is broke on it now, so I can't wear it effectively, if you will. But the problem is, even if my watch dies, it's still going to be on my wrist. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only time I'm charging is probably when I'm at home or something. You know what I mean? Because I know that watch is good for like at least a whole day of just wearing it. So I'm not taking my watch off. My smartwatch, easily traceable, correct? Also, phone, you don't leave that, and she took the wig off. So and left it in the car. The only thing that was taken was the snacks and the robe. I don't know, man. Something don't smell right about this pot of chitlins. I can't say it enough. So, also we had, like I said, we had the search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction starring Liam Neeson. Shout out to NBC News for helping me put this part together so I could keep it straight. So they thought it was highly unusual on the day someone gets kidnapped. They're searching the internet, Googling the movie Taken about an abduction. I just find it very strange. So, yeah. Now, everybody can make of that what they want. You can. Everybody has the right. Facts. I don't know how many sister girls is leaving that wig, leaving that leave out, leaving that 98 inches. I don't know how many sister girls are doing it. But that's my issue. My whole thing is this. This is where I want us to go. Because everybody already calling the girl Jessie Smollett. There, now they calling her Jessica Smollett. The internet is hilarious, and they did what they supposed to do. They did exactly what they're supposed to do. Make jokes if you do some wild shit. Like what she appears to have done is the case, and it was funny. It wasn't funny for her parents who might have believed it at the time, because typically in a lot of those cases, you don't see your child again. You don't see a missing people again. They don't just pop up on your doorstep again. They don't get lucky like Elizabeth Smart, where somebody says, "Ain't that smart girl?" and call the police and say, "Go," because these fools were so comfortable they was taking her around in public because they had her so brainwashed. Found her at a library and they got his ass. But yeah, we prayed, thought she was safe, but now you got to catch the jokes now. But one thing that's not funny, the disappearance in a lot of these cases and things like that, it's a real life thing for people. And if this is indeed the case that she just showed up and showed out and told a lie, we don't want to take away from the actual situations that are happening. I don't want people to be like, such and such is missing. Is she black? And already be doing that. Take it serious like you took this one. Now, I hear about missing children in Detroit. I hear about missing children in California. I hear about missing kids in a lot of different places. Yes, some of them might be runaways. I get it. Some kids just show out and they just run away. Don't want to be with you. Then they have some people that are actually, taken and don't last too long after they're taken. There's some people just never to be seen again. And that is some people that were involved in this, the searching for their heart was in it. I couldn't find my daughter, but I'm going to try and find theirs. If you at the Red Roof Inn showing out, eating Cheetos and getting your nails done, just because of, they had the reports allegedly that her ex-boyfriend, the boyfriend that spoke out, was actually an ex. And why is he an ex? Because he was allegedly laying on top of one of them dancers down in Alabama. And I don't blame him. But also, there's a lot to that. If she just needed some attention, all that type of stuff. Let's talk about mental health. Let's talk about how people can stop. I know I'm going through it myself. You sometimes you do have to talk to somebody. You do have to try different things to make sure that you get yourself level, that you're not manic and doing shit like that, coming up with very extreme circumstances to get the attention that you want, or something to that effect. Some people are dealing with very real things like that. But I think that we need to all. Now, Alabama, they stood up for this girl, try to find her. I'm here for that. Now, them girls in Detroit that I be hearing about, and the girls in New York, and all y'all states got to put that same energy behind it, because I think the people that are actually kidnapping and trafficking girls, they might feel the pressure if they know that everybody's doing the best they can. That's why for the longest they say they always victimize the black girls, the downtrodden, the broke ones. The police, some of the police, about that boy down there in Oklahoma City, that police dude. He used to play football for one of them boys down. He played for Central Michigan or one of Eastern Michigan. He went up there and came back home. Anyway, he's a police officer. And what would he do? He would go to the hood, the ghetto, and then look for people that are strung out on drugs and all that stuff. And he would take advantage of them using his platform as a police officer. They're never going to believe you. I'm a police officer. Thing like that. When you put the pressure on situations like that, like the way y'all put the pressure on for this gal in Alabama, I think that could stop a lot of this. When we find out that if we take that stuff serious every time it happens, I don't care if we playing. First of all, we gonna have to look into some punishment when people lie like that. Now, there's some girl named Papini, something like that. She was a light-skinned lady. But she sat there and lied, said she was missing for a second, tried to pull a Gone Girl. Well, that's what she should have Googled. She should Google Gone Girl. She figured out how to do it. She figured out how to be Gone Girl. And she did that. Taken. No, girl. They weren't about to take you over there to no Italy, not from no Alabama, especially with a child. And we're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not doing that in Alabama like that. No, it's not happening like that. But anyway, I'm just saying, if us as a country, every time something like that happens, everybody stop what they doing, take PTO and start looking, man, first of all, nobody wants to get caught doing a crime. Am I right? I don't want to. You don't do stuff because of the likelihood that you're probably going to get caught. Like, I'm not robbing a bank. Have I thought about it? If I were to rob a bank, how would I do it? You can't get away with that, man. You cannot get away with that. I'm sorry. There are some bank robbers that do get away with it. I understand. But I'm not getting away with that. So that's the likelihood of me not doing it. That's the likelihood of me not. I'm not robbing a bank. So because it's the way that I could get caught, the chances are way too high. So people start putting pressure on it the way that they just did for Sister Girl, because for all I know, they could be at the point where they're going to say, no, a black girl says she's missing. Go check every cheap motel you know in a 20-mile radius. She's probably there. No, do that for everybody, not just for Carlee. And then also don't disparage black women that have these cases just because. That's all I'm saying. So I hope everybody's doing good. I'm sorry. Sometimes we just got to talk about it. All right. Sometimes we just got to talk about it. No matter what's going on, no matter what we're going through, sometimes you just got to talk about it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Don't forget, every Thursday, the full podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and mama, I'm on Spotify. Overall 99 ENT bring you videos from Friday all the way to Friday. So be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. Again, thank you so much.